Hello there, Mark here. Welcome to Recent Final Finds number 85. As many of you know, there are lots of great deals to be had. I have quite a backlog to present. I'm actually going to start out with the cassette. I have been after this cassette for decades. I'm going to show you the album. So, probably had this album in my collection for at least 20 years. I found this at a shop. The cassette was missing. This was expensive. It was $16.98. Again, that's probably 20 years ago. An import was missing the cassette. I remember the gentleman took, I think it was half off for me, so that was fair. And the album has some wear to it as well, so I was just pleased to add this to my Pearl Jam collection. 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was at one of my local shops. I saw this cassette on the counter. Could not believe my eyes. This was the cassette that came with the album. So cool. Of course, this is Go off of Verses. And then you have Elderly Woman, which is probably my favorite song off of that album. And then Alone. So it's nice to complete the package. So start off with that. So this is a mix of albums that I purchased at FYE and I believe Target. Astral Weeks, Van Morrison. At the end of the day, I'd have to say this is my favorite album by Van. It's a flawless album. It's just the perfect blend of pop and jazz, and that's hard to do. It never gets old. The arrangements always stay fresh. There's beautiful flute flourishes throughout a lot of the songs. Connie Kay, just great players on this album. There's not one song that I skip over. Beautiful sounding pressing. Of course, I have an original, but this is fantastic. This was back to vinyl. I don't know exactly when this was released, but great price on that one. Let's see. This was a Target find. This was $7.49. Of course, 1984 by Van Halen. Just a classic. Eddie introduced keyboards on this album, which some people were not so crazy about. Eddie actually started his musical career playing the piano. His father was a classically trained clarinetist, pianist, and I believe he played saxophone as well. Eddie, as a young man, was a very proficient piano player. He won 2 or 3 competitions, and this is filled with classics. This is a Chris Bellman cut. Couldn't pass it up. Have my original. Back over to FYE. This was $5. The Blasters, live in 1986. Just stripped down rock and roll. I believe this was recorded in California. Lots of hits. Really nice pressing. I played this a bunch of times. A lot of times when I see albums on clearance, I'll pick up duplicate copies. Number one, I may resell a copy, but more times than not, I'll pick up a copy for a friend, and that's the case with this. Madonna's Immaculate Collection. Sort of $11.39 each. This is a 2 LP set. If you're a casual Madonna fan, this is all you need. This documents her output up through 1990. All classics. Then you have Justify My Love, which is a collaboration with Lenny Kravitz, just another one of my favorite artists. Again, this is just a flawless compilation of hits. Another album I always seem to pick up, Beck Sea Change. I have my original, I have a MoFi. This is flawless. This is Beck at his folky best. It starts off with the Golden Age, just a beautiful, beautiful composition. Lost Cause, probably my favorite song on the album. Just a classic. This was $15. Self-titled, The Time. 2 LP set. Very cool. This has the original album, and then you get a bunch of single edits as well. Of course, this is the original lineup with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Jesse Johnson is in the group as well. Just a fantastic guitarist. Get It Up, Girl, cool. Fantastic Minneapolis funk. This is another Target closeout. Stevie Nicks, Belladonna, my favorite solo Stevie album. There are 2 beautiful duets on this album, one with Don Henley and one with Tom Petty. But you have Edge of 17. I love that track. Stop Dragging My Heart Around, of course, with Tom Petty, and then Leather and Lace. Beautiful, beautiful song with Don Henley. Very nice. Not too much else to speak of. There are some bands where if I have the greatest hits, that's all I need. This is one of them. Of course, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. All of the classics on this 2 LP set. Relax, 2 Tribes, Watching the Wildlife. I love that one as well. For Heaven's Sake. This is fantastic. Some Beautiful Noise by Sonic Youth, New York Ghosts and Flowers. This was $10. I'm a huge fan of Sonic Youth. Their music, again, it just never gets old, and I think it's the structure of the songs or the lack of structure in the same way that, let's say, free jazz draws me in. I always find something new when I listen to it, and this is just a fantastic album. I know this music is not for everyone, but I do love it. So it's $10 as well. This is DJ Shadow. What is it? Live in Manchester. Basically live versions of all of his classics. I have not broke this one open yet. Looking forward to listening to this. I was a huge fan of Shadow back in the day. And that's it for now. Quick video. Hope you enjoyed seeing the albums. Talk to you soon.